and welcome to Footy Talk. We're here at Before the Bounce with our special guest tonight, Steve Bomber Hamilton, brought to you by the Prince Albert Gawler. It's a fantastic little spot there, and Bomber, thanks for joining us, mate.
No problem.
Bomber, footy at the moment, obviously been heavily involved and study footy from AFL, SNFL even, but the AFL at the moment, do you like the new rules and interpretations that they're bringing in?
Some of them I do, some of them I don't. I don't like them changing it too much. We're probably all in the same boat there.
Yep.
I remember Michael Noonan said 25 years ago that the thing about soccer was they never changed the rules in 100 years. And we change it every year. And actually, I've seen a show that he was at the other day at North Adelaide Footy Club, and he said exactly the same thing again. So I'll probably be on that boat. Don't change it too much.
And North Adelaide, good win. It's just a tough season for them, isn't it? I mean, after winning a magnificent grand final, by the way, what a premiership and a great game. To really struggle this year, but finally they get a couple of points.
Yeah, well, they lost 4 or 5 really good young players.
Makes it hard, doesn't it?
Any team.
Yeah.
They probably weren't expected to win that grand final at the start of the season either. So it's a very good effort.
Yeah, it was a great effort.
So grand final day, Bomber, what were you at the ground? You would have been.
I was at the
cheering
ground.
out.
There's a heap of us old 91 premiership team went down and watched it. I ended up going back to the club, but I didn't last too long. I had a fairly big weekend prior to that.
Because you went to Westies for a while as well.
Yep.
And they're struggling a bit as well this year, aren't they? So you haven't got too much in the SNFL to really, spark your interest up. But you took plenty last year, so exactly. It sort of evened out for you.
I love both clubs. West Adelaide, I'm actually from the Riverland, so West Adelaide's our area up there.
Too. Yeah, well, how'd you get to North? Just
old man played for the Bays. He was a Hall of Famer for Glenelg.
Of course he was. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He come from the Riverland, but then went to Glenelg, so that doesn't make sense either.
No.
Then went to Port Pirie to coach, so that's where I was living in Port Pirie at the time. So that was North Adelaide's area.
And of course, there are other two teams not too good on the weekend either. Actually, so we got the Crows struggling a little bit, and also Port. I mean, you look at two teams that are just under the spotlight in this state. It's just magnified stuff at the moment.
Yep.
You sort of have to feel a bit for the players. I mean, I know they go out, they give 110%, and you know that, all the time. But it's always questionable, isn't it?
Well, they show a bit, and then they don't show a bit. So it's a bit frustrating. I can imagine all the supporters out there wouldn't be real happy with either team.
No.
Bomber, and yourself at the moment, mate, obviously, are you still involved in footy?
Watching it, it's probably the main thing I do. I actually went for the board of the North Adelaide Footy Club last year, didn't manage to get on. So I might look at doing that again at some stage, but more of a spectator these days.
And a lot of time. I was going to say, there's a lot of time on the board. I mean, enjoying a beer and a little pint of pasty at the footy, watching the old teams play to get on the board. That's a big commitment.
They did warn me, so they warned me how much time was involved.
And you're still ready to put your hand up. Fantastic. That's great. Yeah, and what areas of the board would you like to look at? I mean, that's is it more marketing?
I've got an online marketing agency, so I thought that was one of the skills.
Probably that's the one, isn't it? Really, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the one.
Plus, I played in the premiership at the club,
so
got the footy side of it and the marketing side of it.
Yeah, I think you might get it.
Bom, you could tell us plenty of stories. I've heard plenty of them over my time as well. But what's one that probably really stands out to you from your days at North Adelaide?
Geez, North Adelaide. You put me on the spot. They should have asked me that question before I came on. I would have known what to say. Look, it was probably after we won that premiership. There was probably a group of 12 of us who were the younger group.
Yeah.
We were on the beers for 38 days. We won the flag. We were having a bit of fun for about 2 weeks. Then we had our footy trip, which was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then a group has come back. We weren't working at the time, which helped. So. We had a bit of fun for 38 days.
No work. What's going on?
How could you afford it?
Oh, the club were looking after us, and match payments had come through by that stage.
So were you studying at the time, or
I personally wasn't. Some of the other guys were.
So you thought, bugger, I'm just going to have 38 days and just hit it hard.
Well, we couldn't go that hard after 14 or 15 days, but got up, nothing else to do, and got a phone call from one of the boys. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, yep, all right.
Bang, every day, there it was.
The funny thing is, nothing's really changed. Nothing's really changed, has it, Bomber?
No, I haven't won a premiership.
Obviously, he drinks with the best of them. But, mate, what's the next for North Adelaide now going forward? What's probably the next step that they got to look at this year? Essentially, is going to be a write-off, you would say. But they've been able to blood some more kids through there, and You reckon they can get themselves back to the top next year to have a good crack?
Well, I think all clubs in the SANFL need to become feeder clubs. I look at I'll use soccer as an example. They've got soccer clubs where they'll bring the juniors through, sell them on for big money. Obviously, that doesn't happen with footy, but that's the way I'd be doing it, trying to bring those juniors through, replace the 4 or 5 you lose to AFL. Understand that's going to happen, but try and bring some juniors through to fill up those spaces, and then again, you're going to know they're going to move on, but just use that model.
What about the toughness in when you look at sides like Port and Crows and any team that loses? They just seem to pick on speed.
Yep.
I mean, is that where the game is nowadays? That it's just a fast running game, and you haven't got speed. 1 week they've won, no one mentions it.
Yep.
Next week they lose, and all of a sudden the media is just coming down on to particular players that all of a sudden they're slow.
Yep.
I mean, the inconsistency, what you hear from the media, I reckon it'd be ruthless playing in today's that social media aspect of it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because one minute everything's fine, next minute they're taking as a slow player. Do you think both sides have Adelaide sides have got players that are a bit slow?
Yeah, I'd think so. I mean, it's the same as when we played. You got blokes who've got to get it. You've got to give it out to blokes who are quick and can move it forward quickly. I don't think that's ever going to change.
Yeah, but the blokes that are going to get it generally aren't the ones that are super speed. And so you'd say you're looking at Keith, who I think is all Australian. And I've read in the paper that someone sort of thinks he's a bit slow. I mean, like, hang on, for the last 17 rounds, he's all Australian and plays one game that that Essendon ran right in that last second half when it was like they changed Guernseys at half time, and all of a sudden you tagged us slow.
It's fast with your feet and it's fast with your head.
Yeah.
So personally, I'd rather have a fast head, get the ball, deliver it to the right person in the right space.
He reads it beautifully, doesn't he?
Yeah. So in my opinion, that's just as important.
So true.
And you did plenty of that yourself.
Oh yeah, hard at it.
And we are we're going to talk a lot more about that. So stick with us. But that was Footy Talk with Bomber Hamilton, and brought to you by the Prince Albert Hotel in Gawler. So stay around. There's going to be plenty more. Another fantastic episode of Before the Bounce here from the Alma tonight. Ando, it's been
a lot of fun. I love doing it live.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. But as you know, we need sponsors to get us on air, and we've got to thank them.
No, and they are. They've been fantastic. All of our sponsors for each segment tonight, and those as well. My Foot Doctor, the Prince Albert Hotel in Gawler, Metro Air Conditioning, Dave Benson Caravans, Battery World as well.
Modern Trailers,
another fantastic one. MGA Insurance and Rewards International as well. It's getting to that time of year where clubs are looking to get their trophies and that organised. But there's going to be a lot more coming from us here at Before the Bounce over the year in Piranha Media. So make sure you're liking the page, jumping on Piranha Media, and there's going to be a lot more content coming up for you. So thank you for joining us again tonight, and we'll see you all next week.